are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. And we have a man down today. I have gone down with a fucking injury. I have completely fucked my neck and shoulder. I was doing a workout this morning, which I now advise against. Don't work out, don't exercise, don't do anything. Just be fat and healthy, because you don't want to be injured, and this injury is all my fault. I can't blame anyone else except my own stupidity. So I've been working out with kettlebells. I do these shoulder presses where you basically just lifting the kettlebell over your head. That's fucking it. That's all you need to do. And I've been using a 16 kilogram kettlebell to do these fucking shoulder presses. It's a 35 pounder, and that's fine. I can do them fine. But a friend of mine gave me his 28 kilo, 62 pound kettlebell to do some other exercises with. And I thought today, I was like, fuck it. I'm feeling pretty strong. Why don't I try and do some shoulder presses with this heavy kettlebell that I can barely lift? And when I got it about a week or so ago, I tried to do one shoulder press and I couldn't even get it off my shoulder. But today I decided I'm going to push myself. So I get the 62 pound kettlebell, I bring it to my chest and I push out a shoulder press, and I fucking did it. I did it okay. Then I went to my left hand and somehow I did one as well. And I was pretty happy with myself. I was like, fuck, that's pretty good. And then I was like, I'll see if I can do two. And I could. I did two in each hand. Then I'm like, fuck it, I'm killing it. I'll do another set of two. I did another set of two each hand, pretty easy. And then I'm like, well, I might as well do one more set. One more set. There was no need to do one more fucking set. I couldn't even do one a fucking week ago, and now I'm pushing myself to the limit. 28 kilos is a third of my fucking body weight, and I'm pushing it over my head. Without warming up or anything either, just on a whim. So the third set, I do the first one. That one was a little bit scratchy. That took quite a lot of fucking effort to get it over my head. And I should have stopped there. I should have gone, nah, let your body rest. So I go for the second one. And I go to press it up, and I couldn't even really get it up at all. So I put it back down, and then I psyched myself up. I'm like, just one more, baby, just one more. That was the second chance I had to bail, but I decided I'm not a man unless I get this second one out. So I go to press it up again with all my fucking might, and I start getting it up, but it's so fucking heavy, and I've used so much energy already that it starts going away from my body. Like I'm not lifting it directly over my head, it's going out. So all that weight is hanging outside my center of gravity, and it's just out there, and I could feel my fucking shoulder going. And instead of just putting it down, what I decided to do there was try to finish the rep. So I used all my neck muscles and all my shoulder muscles to try and get it over my head. And instead of getting it over my head, I heard a crack, and then my shoulder gave out, and now my neck has seized up. I can't look left or right at all. I have to turn my whole fucking body for that, and my shoulder, I just can't fucking do anything with it. It feels like I've pinched and torn several nerves and muscles. It's not good. But I've booked myself in for a massage tomorrow, so hopefully they can fucking iron out the kinks in my shoulder, and obviously a happy ending. But I am in a lot of pain at the moment, and I have no fucking idea how I'm going to sleep tonight. I can't even lay down. I can't even get down on the bed to lay down. I can't move in the bed. I'm just going to have to be propped up or something. I don't know, I'm fucked. Speaking of fucked, it's Fucked Up Friday today. You all know the drill by now. It's Friday. You want to get fucked up. You need some inspiration. A listener sends in their story. I read it out, I trash them, I make them question their sexuality, I destroy their confidence, they unfollow me on Instagram and stop listening to the podcast. That's a Fucked Up Friday. And if you would like to be a part of that, if you would like to send in a story for Fucked Up Fridays to be read out by yours truly, just hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Just send your story in, it will eventually get read out. So today is a special Fucked Up Friday. Today you are getting 2 Fucked Up Fridays for the price of 1. I only had 1 Fucked Up Friday planned for today, but it was a little bit on the shorter side, And then I received a message yesterday with a fucked up Friday that was exactly the same theme. Fucking. So I thought, why not double it up? So you're getting 2 fucked up Fridays today. So the first one is from, I'm actually not too sure where he's from. He's a man of mystery, this one. He's a vagabond that just lives campsite to campsite. He hasn't said he wants to remain anonymous, but he's got this weird name, so he will be definitely easily identified, so I'll keep it out. And that's another thing. If you send me in a fucked up Friday story and you don't want anyone else to hear it, make sure you give me a fake name or say you want to remain anonymous. Because someone the other week said it was fine to use her name, and then 2 weeks later she got fucking busted by friends and had to explain herself. So don't let that happen to you unless you want to, which is more fun for me. Okay, here we go. Here's the first fucked up Friday this week. I was in the Australian Army, lest we forget, brother, which made me an alcoholic, and posted to Darwin, which is or not a good place for alcoholics. While out at the nightclubs in the middle of the week with my fellow Army alcoholics, I was hooking up with some chick and I said to her, "Why don't we get out of here?" How the fuck did you come up with that line? Hey, why don't we get out of here? Write it down, boys. There's a little bit of fucking gold for you. So she obviously said, yeah, I want to get out of here, because the next bit is, as she was following me out, she stopped to tell me, your mate thinks he should join us. He'd invited himself along. I said, the more the merrier. See that? That's why you join the army. A little bit of camaraderie. You don't leave your men stranded. You always share your rations with the man next to you. The 3 of us out the front couldn't be fucked waiting for a taxi, so she decided to drive her own car to the army barracks where we lived. While she was driving, she was jerking me off. This talented fucking bitch. It was probably manual as well, wasn't it? She was changing gears and giving you wristies in between. She was going from first to second gear and giving you a little bit of a tug in between. Fuck Darwin, women are great. We had to sign into the military base, which might have been embarrassing if we weren't all drunk. Anyway, we got back to my room and had a threesome, a tag team. He kept trying to high-five me. I kept thinking, don't touch me, faggot. She ended up passing out midway, so I ended up finishing him off. Alright, that part's not real. I just made that part up. So he goes, job done. My mate picked up his clothes from the pile in the middle of the floor and left. When it was time for her to leave, she couldn't find her clothes. My mate had taken them. He wouldn't answer his phone, and I didn't know where he lived on base. She had to leave with a towel wrapped around her. The next day there was a rumor going around. Last night the military police escorted a naked girl who was lost driving around the base. And I only had one follow-up question for that story, and it was she any good? And his reply was, in my drunken haze, I thought she's not bad looking, but the next day when my mate turned up with a moo-moo that reeked of perfume, we thought maybe our memories have failed us. Don't worry, brother, my memory has failed me on numerous occasions. Thank you for that story. I appreciate you sending it in. And now let's move on to the second story of this fucked up Friday. So this is from one of the lady listeners. She wants to remain very fucking anonymous. So anonymous, in fact, that after she wrote this, she deleted it from her phone. So here we go. Back in my heyday, I used to hang around the band scene in Sydney, and a few guys who my friends were seeing used to rehearse at this studio in Darlinghurst. Anyway, after a fuck ton of red wine and bags at the Green Park, we toddled up to the studio to carry on. It was well into the evening when a random friend of theirs walked in and we made eyes. After about 10 minutes of small talk later, I found myself in the toilets with him, bent over the sink, getting fucked from behind. Then back out to the party we went. Well, he must have had some amazing fucking eyes. So anyway, a couple more hours pass and everyone decides to bail, so me and this bloke go back to his house. At this point, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I kind of come to rolling around on the lounge room floor of his place while he sat in the chair just staring at me. I don't get what you're doing there. What the fuck are you doing? Are you playing like a game of Twister without the Twister fucking mat? You're rolling around on the floor while he just sits there and watches. That's probably someone's kink for sure. So then I go up and sit next to him as he calls me over, Then I'm sitting on his lap and he's making the moves and I get all sassy. And then I'm like, you do not get this pussy. You do not get this pussy. These legs do not open for anybody. I was so fucked that I totally forgot we banged in the toilet a few hours earlier, and now I'm playing hard to get. That would have been so hot just going, I don't sleep with anyone on the first night. I don't do it. I'll give you a hand job, maybe a blowy, but I do not have sex on the first night. There's no way you're getting this pussy. I woke up the next morning, totally forgot his name. You probably didn't even ask for his name. He gave you a little wink and then 5 minutes later you were blowing him in a urinal. But then I realized I'd saved his name as Jesus in my phone. So you fucked Jesus. That makes sense now. I was wondering what type of dude can just walk in, give someone the eyes, and then 10 minutes later be banging them in the toilet. And it turns out it's our Lord and Savior. It makes sense. Anyway, thank you very much for sending in that Fucked Up Friday. Thank you to you both. That's it for tonight. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you the fuck later.